Wanted to show you a quick review of the Outer Limits, and there's been a couple of different intros, but the 1995 intro is pretty darn interesting because it talks about how they control our reality and how they control through the simulation, how they control you programming through television. Even the iPad Go 2 video, which we know is kind of filthy, shows a young gentleman having the TV connected to his brain, and he's in an eggshell, and it shows how they program his mind. Okay, so I want you to listen to this because they said we control your vertical and horizontal, and think about that. So they're controlling, the whole grid, the whole system of, the everything that both the horizontal and vertical. What you do, even you do on a graph on a mathematical chart, it means they're controlling everything, the vertical and the horizontal, everything that you're exposed to. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to control everything, every direction. Like I told people, any direction you look in this reality, you go in that rabbit hole. They're going to present this to you. It is shocking, because I'm not kidding you. Like I said before, if you want to try to prove that the cheese is made of moon, this will provide you just enough evidence to make you kind of believe it or have enough information to make that somewhat, we're smart in that, but, somewhat believable if you weren't exposed to all the different angles and aspects of the world today. Because the moon has holes, which is kind of Swiss cheese, and it looks white at times, right? So it looks like Swiss cheese, right? And that's why you get these debates. So I don't even bother wasting my time with the flat earth debate. That's another rabbit hole. I mean, people spend freaking half their life trying, is the earth round or flat? In the end, it doesn't really matter because we're here. You know what I mean? So, seriously, my God. You see them you'll spend your entire life. People, there was even a guy who actually died trying to remember. He went up in was it a balloon or something? A multimillionaire. I actually met a guy that knew him in San Diego, a multimillionaire, and he ended up dying trying to figure out the earth was flat or round. Really? If I had several $1 million, I wouldn't be wasting my time on something like that. Might be interesting, intriguing, but it's something I don't really care about, right? So anyway, so back to this. Okay, think about that. So listen to the whole thing. See, in the beginning, it looks kind of like the Matrix, right? It's got this green, it's not, but remember, we're talking about pixels earlier, stuff like that, pixels, right? So you're going to control everything you see, hear, touch, taste, the whole world. See, even food. I told you it's a choice, not, all you get is presented with choices in this world. It's not that you can actually have freedom to, because they control, all the financial elites, all that's controlled, and the controlling of the system. About the fast food chains, everything's controlled, right? Maybe some local restaurants have some freedom because they don't really care. Like, well, they can't control that many people, right? But if they get too big enough, boy, I guarantee they're going to step in. You don't think it's all controlled? All these major fast food places, 100% control. Okay, even on everything on your shelves, they give you a little bit to make you look like you have a choice. Just a little bit, like in Walmart, there'll be some natural food or some more healthier things, but then you're going to pay a price, right? But they'll present you just enough to make you think you have free will and free choice. We all know that the American dream of you get to, build a better mousetrap, the world will beat its path to your door. No, not true. Nope, not true. Yep, you'll get a visit from the Men in Black, right? And then that's why they said Men in Black, not the Men in White. And the white coats, you don't want that because they're going to throw you in the damn mental institute. So anyway, all right. So listen to this, because this is the truth, and this is what we live in. They control when you come to this world, this prison, this earth. Everything you know is controlled. It's even from the day you're born. But I'm going to let you play this because you understand that.
There is nothing wrong with your television. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are now controlling the transmission. We control the horizontal and the vertical. We can delude you with 1,000 channels or expand one single image to crystal clarity and beyond. We can shape your vision to anything our imagination can conceive.
I just stopped for a minute. I don't know if you saw in there was even the symbol of All-Seeing Eye Illuminati. And also, oops, I just screwed this up. Also, look, they said, we can put whatever we imagine into your mind. Isn't that scary? Think about that. Whatever they imagine, right? So they want to push the imagination. And think about from the inner to the outer limits. They want to control your inner mind so they can produce the outer results, right? They want to put garbage into your mind so you get garbage out like a computer system. Because we used to call it garbage in, garbage out. So, so if you put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out in the end, right? So that's what I'm saying. So that's why we're going to be careful about the outside world impacting us internally, right? You got to control your mind. I told you that many times, and that wasn't me, Kim. Philosophers, you'll hear many of them say this. You got to control your mind. Even the Lord said you're in this world, but not of it. That's why, I wish they would have done more of that even with the Christian story, that they should have been more direct saying, you really got to take control. Because if you don't, you're gonna be in a nightmare in the system, right? So I'm gonna rewind that again, and then I'll shut up again because I'm telling you, it's just I know you can do this on your own, but I want you to listen to this again.
There is nothing wrong with your television. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are now controlling the transmission. We control the horizontal and the vertical. We can delude you with 1,000 channels or expand one single image to crystal clarity and beyond. We can shape your vision to anything our imagination can conceive. We will control all that you see and hear. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the deepest inner mind to the outer limits.
Wow. Now, there's actually some episodes, a lot of truth. I want to watch one. They said that they didn't have the ending. There's a lot of outer limits kind of explained a little bit more. There's even one about time travel and stuff like that. It's called the Sixth Finger or something. But anyway, there's a lot of truths in the outer limits, right? So you got to control the inner limits. Let the inner become the outer limits, right? So anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about. And I know you understand this. So anyway, we're going to break out of this system. I'm telling you, I'm coming out with ideas, and you got to be careful about feeding the system. You give it energy. So, you don't give evil ones, even specific. I'm going to just put it in a general sense because even doing that could give them energy. Certain types of demonic, evil gods and goddesses. The minute you do that, it keeps that memory. It's kind of like a computer system. You focus on that. That becomes energy into that thing. It's like you got to think in computer sense in a video game. If I focus on my energy and I said, well, let's think about that character, that character gets energy and comes more to real life, right? So don't give them their energy. And then these people like energy vampires, right? They go out and suck your energy, attack you. That's where we can suck your energy like a battery. Do not let people do that well, even bad souls or demons, whatever. Do not give them energy. Right? Don't waste your time. And it's like even this other thing too is that, I have to use this in computer sense because I'm starting to understand that's the best way to come to truth of what's happening here. I mean, it's all these things, all these stories like Tron, Matrix. Even Matrix is actually it was old school. I didn't realize. I told you, watch The Prisoner, watch. There's The Dark City. That thing was just a remake of all these other ideas, right? So, and also that I do think I'm not in this New Age stuff. That what we believe becomes reality. And that's what I'm trying to figure out how to focus to create new things to fight this system, right? And to make something come alive, right? Through ours. Because there are some truths in that as well, right? So anyway, and so I'm going to stop this video, but we'll talk more about that because I'm still trying to experiment. I think there's three ways or keys to unlocking us and breaking us free out of the system. Or at least making it manageable, where we can impact and fight back for once in defense, right? Because we have got to, because doing nothing is not an answer. It's not a solution. And I can't even believe we're in this situation. If somebody would have told me that years ago, I would have said, you're crazy. Now, one thing I got to tell you what bothers me about all this whole system, what we're under, it is possible because in 2015, That's the earliest date when I saw the Mandela effect. And at that time in my reality, I am an expert at searching because I understand how the logic works behind. I've studied regular expression pattern matching. I understood how Yahoo. I read the guys who actually wrote the regular expression pattern to try to search for things. So this is what I'm going to tell you. When I searched for Mandela effect, there was only like 2 videos I've repeated over time in 2015. It was in the fall. Okay. Now, doesn't mean other people can come from other realities that may have seen the Mandela effect earlier. But I'm telling you, when it came visible, I watched the thing go from nothing to explosion. I saw the first 2 videos were about John F. Kennedy and also Berenstain Bears. And that time it was almost, and Fiona Broome did not discover this before she claims. Broome, do you get it? Witch, right? She claimed that she takes in a whole thing like she'd come with this. I've seen many things come out of nowhere. The orbs, I used to search for the orbs, and there was only one video at the time, a lady in the hospital, and she was not being racist, a black lady, and she was the only one that actually recorded orbs. Now, you can find orbs everywhere. This stuff just pops out of nowhere and comes in our reality. For example, even the Karens. Now, the term Karen came out of nowhere, right? Boom. Also, the Me Too movement. Boom. Now, these are just terms, but there's also the spiritual things that came out as well. But anyway, so back to even that. Think about that. Now they got the non-binary. I don't even know what that means. Yeah, I know words get introduced, things change, but these are like real, true characters that we never really exposed to. You may have 1 or 2 of them. Now they're becoming a majority, like even NPCs. I used to search for NPCs because I said, man, there's something about these NPCs. There's only a couple of videos on that. You could not find anything. Type in NPC now. Oh my God, it's everywhere. Right? It is everywhere. I'm like, why is it that I can search, and maybe you've done this too. I don't say I'm special, but I'm telling you, there is stuff that's being introduced all the time. I can't even imagine what's going to be introduced next. I mean, Karen just came out of nowhere. And sometimes these people take downloads and they think it's been around forever. I'm like, okay, yeah, right. How come then the hard drives at YouTube or even the internet, through the internet, there's no information? And by the way, the term internet, think about that. You enter the net, enter the matrix. Yeah, you get sucked into this whole internet. There's a whole world of living through this artificialness of the internet. Enter the net. Don't you get trapped? So you're going to be the outer net. Get out, break away from that internet. It's like the whole web, the matrix, and the womb, and all those other things. All right. So I'm going to stop on that. This thing always have a problem trying to figure out how to stop this recording. I don't know what the heck. Anyway, so I always got to bring this up, and then I got to stop it. Let's see here. Sorry, my friends. I don't know how to close this. You gotta be kidding me. I don't know. It's got TikTok and everything else running. I don't know how to fix this stuff. Anyway. I don't know how to fix this thing. It's ridiculous. It launches everything else. There we go. I'll stop it there. All right, sorry, folks. This app stinks, but it's the best I got for now.